its point of origin and is barreling towards its final destination. And no, we are not just talking about the barbacoa bowl that I just got from Chipotle. Greetings and welcome back for tonight's continued action. The continuation of our live stream of Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. As you may recall, we stopped just outside of Cloudcoil Canyon, and now we are ready to resume our playthrough. So strap yourselves in, buckle up, ensure that all of your tray tables are in the upright position. For once this train gets rolling, there are no brakes on this train. I'm gonna work on that intro. But yes, I did have a barbacoa bowl, and I gotta admit, that was filling. Didn't feel like driving tonight. That would have been, even though Gateway is right not far from where I live, no shortage of places to go there. Cheddar Burger, had a Cheddar Burger a few days ago. I must just say that it was pretty darn good. They also have sweet roll tacos, also a Dave & Buster's. With Umaru-chan as our co-pilot, the Midnight Express continues on, unabated, towards its final destination. Now, trying to see if... Unfortunately... Unfortunately, we seem to be having some issues with the live stream, as Ni no Kuni doesn't appear to want to cooperate. I've never had this problem before. But hopefully we'll... And finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the Ni no Kuni is finally decided to work. So if you may recall, a few hours ago, we stopped just outside of Cloudcoil Canyon. And now we are ready to resume our wonderful, wonderful playthrough. What I like about this game is that there are no random encounters, you know what I mean? Random encounters are a relic from another time. Nobody really likes them. You know, I'd expect them playing Final Fantasy VIII, because Final Fantasy VIII is Final Fantasy VIII. 7, 9, 10, what have you. I think they started making it so that you see the creatures, you know, in, well, what is it, around Final Fantasy 11, but if you're a single player, if you're not an MMO guy, then Final Fantasy 12, which borrowed from 11. What the hell does he have? A 6-shooter? Wait, didn't nobody tell me that the blunderbuss is an automatic? 油断するなよ。 So did anybody ever else see the Anderson Silva defeat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. earlier tonight? Several things about that fight that really stood out to me. The foremost of which was, how the hell was that fight in any way a split decision? I'm legitimately trying to understand how that was a split decision when it was clear that Silva pretty much killed him from the get-go. I mean, you know, I think that's what happens when, one, you get Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who at one point may have been a great fighter in his career, you know, I mean, but had clearly came into this fight unmotivated. I mean, he came in like, what, a few pounds overweight and had to cede the $100,000 over to Silva before the fight started. Because of that, he came into the fight unmotivated, and he was beaten in his own sport by a man who's 10 years older than him, who's boxing only as a hobby. Okay, and that's not to take anything away from Silva, who's always been one of MMA's better all-around fighters. You know, I think in many ways, you know, amazing striker, amazing on the grappler. But nobody would have expected him to do so well in the boxing ring, particularly against the former champion. I mean, how was that a split decision when it was clear that Silva not only won, but won convincingly? I mean, who was judging that fight? I mean, Stevie Wonder? But at the end of the day, you know, the right man won the fight, even though how it was split decision, I, to this day, will never know. But simultaneously, I do believe that... I mean... And also, Inoue beat, what's his name? Inoue won in his fight. Rosado had a really, really good knockout. You know, great night for boxing, great night for combat sports. Now this should be our second achievement coming up soon. By giving the right item to these higgledies. Occasionally, every now and then, you'll find higgledies to whom you'll have to give the right item to access a specific ability, or just to get the higgledy on your side to be able to join your team. And this is one of them. This is the introduction to that feature. Oh. Oi.
Yes.
I'm playing this game, as you can see, with subtitles. It doesn't matter because a lot of the scenes aren't voiced. But at the same time, you know, there's no knock on the English dub, which I played on a previous playthrough. The English dub, you know, I felt was very, very good. I mean, I know you have your dub versus sub purists out there. Sometimes it's amazing, so other times it isn't. We'll scratch that, you know. Some places it's great, you know, particularly Cowboy Bebop, you know, Black Lagoon. The dubs were amazing in those. Oh. K-On! Yeah, that was pretty good. But like for something like what is it? Himoto Umaru-chan, the dub for that, you know, that I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. I mean, a lot of the voices I felt were miscast. You know what I mean? So this will allow us to use these spinning leaves as like a boost to get to previously inaccessible parts of the canyon, kind of like how Sonic the Hedgehog uses you know, those bump thingies to get up to other places. Bump thingies, or you know, those spring thingies, well, whatever they are. So now we're gonna go backtrack. I don't know, I sure hope the Knights can get it back together. I mean, you know, that was, I mean, you know, they've been down this road before. I mean, I'm not too concerned. But if I'm sure they'll be okay. Now, you may have noticed that I'm level 12 right now, and I can't help but feel a little over leveled in this, and you're probably right. You know, I mean, this is a game where you don't really need to grind, and even if you do, it's really not that bad. You know, it's nowhere near as bad of a slog as other role-playing games out there. I mean, I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy 13. Dragon Quest 11 as well. The grind in this game really isn't that too bad. It doesn't even feel like a grind either. I mean, you'll level up pretty quickly in this game without even noticing it. We're gonna work our way back, because if I'm not mistaken, there's a Higgledy back here. It wasn't the one up there, or was it? I don't know. Do we have to backtrack and get it? But I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Run, you fool! Okay, well, I don't think we're gonna do that anytime soon. I think I may have been... What the hell is this guy talking about? Okay, so it was back there. Come on, sweetheart, you could have told me that earlier. So So that's clearly more like, you know, when we have Tani and the other guy, and Batu, or whatever his name is. Alright. Oh wow, that... Huh. You know, in all my playthroughs, I've never... Before this, I'd never gotten that. Forgive me, it's been like only been like a couple of years. All right. All right. What the fuck? Okay, yes, now we can destroy it. Yeah. So I know there's a place here where you get a higgledy. Or maybe I was just dreaming it? I like to think that it wasn't, but the older I get, the less I remember. Sylphie. Arguably the best character of Umaru-chan. But unfortunately, I couldn't find a figure. I don't know, perhaps someday. Okay, so let's... Alright. Oh, I'm trapped! Just kidding, I'm sure we'll be able to find our way out of this. Oh! I'll be damned. Ah, there it is. Okay. See, I wasn't dreaming. A little bit. It's been a while. See, you'll level pretty quickly in this game without even noticing it. And there we go, achievement number 2. Remember to get some of these trapdoors to unlock them so you can travel back to these areas if need be. I know at some point we'll have to head back here. I know there's something we have to do at that level with the, at that part with the level 20 monsters. I just, although I can't remember what, though, exactly. Another treasure chest. We are in luck.
ん？
あ、何？
こいつらは。ああ。
ね
おお。ああ。おい。なあ。
Yeah.
それじゃあばよ。
こら
なんだ。シャーティ。
何してんの？あんたたちお頭に無断で手柄をあげようって魂胆かい？
え？
領空侵犯をする野良の連中には空挺団の賞金がかかっている。それ目当てで勝手に殺したってことになるよね。
いや、俺はそんなつもりは。
ならこいつらはアジトに運んでボスに判断を請うべきだね。
わかったよ、シャーティ。
どうしよう。
隙を見て逃げられればいいがな。
じゃあこいつらを連れて先にアジトに帰ってて。私はこのままもう少し偵察やってくから。このところワイバーンたちの動きも気になるし。私はシャーティ。お頭は話のわかる人だから心配しないで。なんたって私の親父だからね。え？
I'm trying to remember. Doesn't she? Okay, it's been it's been a while, so.
おい。
ね
Oh, I can think of several things that they plan to do to you. Like heave you off the cliff, for one.
ノ
ああ。おい、なんだよ。おいって。
ほう、お前らか。おい。
なあ。
ね
Ah, clever. I like that. Planning for the long-term security of your kingdom. King. Ah, I should have known. Now all we just need is the throat singer. Tengari That dude's badass. That dude's amazing. I love him. Great guy. Remind me, was it Batu, Genghis' oldest son, supposedly he was, Batu was illegitimate. Because, Bortai, it all started because Genghis, Genghis' campaign towards... It actually started to rescue Bortai, who had been kidnapped by a band of raiders, and supposedly she was held in captivity for 6 months. And so questions naturally sprang. No, wait, it was Jochi, right? Yeah, I think it was Jochi, not Batu. Ah, nice pun.
Dattara, 僕は二の国のすべての国を束ねる王になる。
なんだと？二の国の王。
どんなことをしてもみんなが笑える国を作るんだ。だからこんなところで立ち止まってはいられないんだ。
うるせえ！
僕がシャーティを助けられないなら僕に王の資格はない。殺すなりなんなりすればいい。
Oh, this kid's got guts.
でももし僕がシャーティを救えたら玉神使いの道を進むことを許してほしいんだ。
それがお前の道か。
Ah, Batu was Jochi's son, and so naturally there were still questions over his lineage, that, he may have been the offspring of one of the raiders who had kidnapped Bortai as opposed to being the son of Genghis.
その取引乗ったぜ。
And if I'm not mistaken, Jochi and Batu, they're basically the Mongol Empire was essentially split among several lines that oversaw various parts of Eurasia. I mean, you had the Golden Horde, which pretty much oversaw everything from you know, Russia on downwards. You had the the Ilkhanate, which oversaw the lands that it conquered in Persia and India. You had you basically, I forget what the other. And if I'm not mistaken, you had Agadai, whose offspring Kublai would oversee the pretty much the home base, where there was still a great deal of action nevertheless, and where a lot of traders from Western and Europe made their way. Particularly including Marco Polo. I don't know, I'm gonna have to go through Jack Weatherford's book again. I mean, I remember reading that earlier this year, one of the best books I've ever read on the subject.
No.
Yarr! Oh, man. Alright, so we're off to rescue Tanny. First, though, I'd like to do a little bit of exploring up here, particularly at the Sky Pirates' home base. And now we're free to head over to... the strange thing is, over at the, the Kingmaker, is it the King's Cradle? They have this little puzzle. It's not too bad of a puzzle, but after that,
Yes.
the game doesn't really have any puzzly elements thereafter. I mean, I know that that getting through that one level in, Broadleaf, might be a little... It could be a little more... It may require you to press some switches and, jump from one panel to be able to navigate all the panels and see all the different paths, but it's not really that hard. It's just a little time consuming. I mean, it's like, if you're gonna put puzzles, you might as well make it a part of the game or not involve the puzzles at all, because it kind of reminds me of Shenmue. Where they try to get a little clever. No, or Yakuza Like a Dragon, where it had like this quick time event chase to start the game, and it never had another quick time event after that. Except unless if you're fighting, you know, where you have to press a button during a certain time. It never had another quick event or anything like that thereafter. I mean, it was like... And the most annoying one for me was in Shenmue 2, where you think you've beaten the game, now you have to complete this quick time event against the final boss, the big fat guy, and you have to press all these buttons. I don't know, is it in sequence? Is it in what? I mean, I had to redo that over and over and over. And they say the best for last, you know, or during what's essentially the epilogue. The epilogue. Where you're traveling with a Shenhua to, throughout the Chinese countryside. You still gotta do these quick time events, like just walking across these mountains. This quick time event. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, you know, it's like I sure hope Shenmue 3 has improved on that, you know, and made the game a little bit more straightforward in that regard, but I'm not holding my breath here. Although graphically it looks amazing. Ah, fudge, we need a key to get this one as well. And I like the music in this game too, in addition to the map. I mean, it all comes together, you know, the world map, you know, how amazing it looks, the music, the character designs, everything. Arguably one of the better video game playing experiences I've had lately, and possibly, if ever. How this game isn't revered on like the same level as, say, the original Final Fantasy VII, I'll never know, because this game was just amazing. I believe there's a cave that you could actually visit here. So like I said, you'll level almost without really noticing it, you know? I mean, it doesn't... Even when you're grinding for XP, which you don't really need to do in this game, because you'll be facing so many of these notorious monsters that'll level you up pretty quickly, and that are pretty easy to defeat. Even when you're kinda grinding, it doesn't even feel like grinding at all. Alright, so... See, we're already, we're almost to level 14 on Roland, and we didn't even notice it. I don't know which game I'm going to play after I complete Ni no Kuni 2. That's the thing I kind of like about the achievement system, you know? It kind of allows... It's kind of given people, you know, particularly people who are motivated by, you know, the prospect of a challenge, an incentive to do as much of a game as they can, you know? Maybe that's like completing the end game. Maybe that's, seeing a part of the game they wouldn't normally otherwise see if it wasn't for the achievement system. You know what I mean? I mean,
始めるぞ
take for instance, in Yakuza, you know, you might be tempted to just go through the main story, but you'd be missing out on the mini games. You'd be missing out on the sub-stories, some of which you actually have to do to advance the game. Missing out on the mini games. Missing out on some of the challenges, like a Millennium Tower. Or fighting or in the case of Yakuza 0, fighting Mr. Showdown. I think the achievement system's clearly added, you know, some replay value. And, you know, for some of you folks, you know, who've, you know, of a certain age, you know nothing but the achievement system, you know, pretty much. But for some of us, you know, who've been around for a minute, you know, from the Genesis days, or particularly earlier, you know, it's really interesting to see how much gaming, you know, how much replay value has changed since then. Of course, I remember a day when video gaming wasn't even, like, seen as acceptable, you know what I mean? I mean, we were hunted to the ends of the earth. I mean, people still called Sega Genesis Nintendo, you know. I mean, you know, we were shoved into lockers and shit. But now it's like, you know, it's just amazing how well gaming has evolved, you know, to become, I mean, even since then, you know, it's how much it's entered the popular lexicon. How much it's become such a mainstay of popular culture that it's even influenced popular culture. Movies, books, and whatnot. I mean, it's truly amazing. I don't recall. Ah, treasure chest. As far as guilders, you don't need to really worry about that either. You'll get a lot just through natural progression of the game, and also managing Evermore. Excuse me. As it grows and grows into a viable kingdom. Alright, so we got another treasure chest down here. Might as well collect as many treasure chests while you can. I mean, couldn't hurt. Actually, there's an area back there that I think I may have forgotten to explore. We'll go check it out, assuming these things over here don't attack us. Haha! We're too far for you to do anything. Remind me, did we just come from here? No, I don't think we went to this cave back here. Yet, anyway. Okay, yeah, now I'm starting to remember about that. Wait, did we... I think this is the part that we might not have explored yet. I don't know. It's worth a little look-see. Well, it looks like he'll do all his running in hell. All right, now what's out here? Yep, might as well pick that up right there. Ah, okay, this is where we picked up the Higgledy earlier. Okay, so we've already seen all of this. So we can just go back. And I don't really want to tackle that one area back there yet with all the level 20 monsters, at least until we have... Was it a 4-person party or a... I don't know, now I don't remember. It's been a while since I played this. Alright, so... Cloudcoil Canyon. I believe you need an airship to get that one up there, but this one, if I'm not mistaken, if we just look around here, we can probably get a beat on it. See, it almost doesn't really feel like grinding at all. You're gonna come across within the course of the game. I mean, but by the time we rescue Tani and by the time we get all that stuff done, we'll probably be at least at a high enough level not to be able to worry. Ah, it seems we've stumbled upon the canyon exit while we were running. Oh boy, that Chipotle is starting to hit me now. Making its way through second. Not quite headed for home yet. Oh shit. Yes. trying to wonder how the hell we got there. How the hell this we got there. Okay, I think we might actually need an airship to get to wait until we get the airship to get there. Yep, alright, we've wasted too much time. Let's go back to I'm not even really focusing on the battles here. I'm just at this point I'm pretty much button mashing. And still winning pretty convincingly. Like Anderson Silva beating Chavez. It's like, I mean, it didn't even look like Silva had to work very hard to beat him. I mean, it's like, I mean, that's the difference between somebody who does it as a passion and somebody else who just clearly doesn't look like he gives a damn. You know what I mean? I mean, it's frustrating because, you know Chavez has great bloodlines. But whatever he's got now clearly isn't, never had that drive, never had that, well, we'll scratch that. I just don't think he has that drive anymore. I mean, it's like, have we been to this cave over here yet? No, I don't think so. We'll go try it. Crookneck Cavern. Well, oh yeah, we've been here before, right? Ugh. Remind me, have we been to that canyon down there? No, I don't think so. We'll see about this. Rounding out this corner here. Oh, okay, there's nothing, there's treasure chest here, so okay, maybe it wasn't that, maybe this trip wasn't a waste after all. Yep.
準備はいいか。準備はいいか。
Have we made yet? Okay, $3,600. I can't see our money count over my beautiful face. Alright, maybe I'm exaggerating. Yeah, I can't see the money count. It may be a little bit difficult, but then, you know... the way this kind of, you know, I keep confusing this with that one level in Nier Automata. You know, it's kind of like an arena sort of, and they both look very very similar, which is why I mistook the two. I mean, wait a minute. Yeah, mustn't forget to. Gotta remember to get those. Single cream, huh? Hey, whatever, man. You do you. You do you. All right, so we are going.
Eva!
貴様ら、ここに何をしに来た?
It talks, that thing. Okay, so I'm trying to get this straight. You know, Evan eventually becomes like the king of Evermore. You know, this great empire, right? You know, that unites all sorts of creatures from all over the world. So why the hell is he killing wyverns? You know, well, why the hell is he murdering them right now? I mean, you know, you'd think like a great leader would have found some way to grab some sort of consensus or something. I mean, oh, okay. Well, let me rephrase that. You know, I mean, maybe. I mean, force is obviously necessary, but you know, think about this. I mean, how's he going to create peace when the wyverns are probably going to remember things like this? I mean, to his people, sure, he'll be like George Washington, but you know, but to these guys, he's probably like Hitler and Stalin put together. Crazy. Hey, that reminds... okay, so we need to equip some... Okay, we could roll with that. That reminds me, we don't have shoes on Evan.
少年助けに来てくれたの？
少年って君とそんなに違わないでしょ？
そうだね。
僕はエヴァン。
ローランだ。
エヴァン、ローラン。その二人ともありがとうね。にしてもあんたがこんな命知らずだったとはね。
I mean, the Wyverns, they're gonna remember this, you know, this wholesale slaughter of their people. And although it was justifiable, or, well, at the very least explainable, what's to stop some, you know, some crazy-ass woke historian from canceling King Evan, having his statues torn down?
私の目に狂いはなかった。あんたの目はお頭に似てる。だからお頭も気に入るんじゃないかって思ってたんだ。
ガットーさんに似てないよ。
いいや、絶対似てるって。あんたの目はね、遠い空の向こうを見てる。果てしなく遠くをね。
That's the thing, you know, about, I don't get about woke and cancel culture. I get it, you know. It wouldn't be necessary if people didn't keep saying and doing certain things, you know, and maybe that it still happens. And maybe, you know, I decry its excesses. I see why it has to happen, but nevertheless, I decry its excesses, you know what I mean? Particularly when they try to cancel, you know, people from our history, you know, whether that's Andrew Jackson, whether that's even George, you know, even George Washington, you know, Jefferson, all these guys. I'm like, they're even trying to cancel, you know, the Iliad, the Odyssey. Even trying to cancel, you know, John Wayne. And that's why, you know, I don't get any of that stuff, you know. Particularly in the case of John Wayne. I mean, am I going to cancel... Should we cancel a guy just because, you know, he was born in a different era that had different beliefs? You know, if he had had that paradigm today, maybe that'd be something to raise fuss about, but... Back then, you know, where people were born with a different set of values, different way of looking at the world, politically, culturally, and socially. Let's not forget also, as well, he was one of the first actors in Hollywood to bang his hand on the table for casting minority actors in significant roles. He also married, you know, and had a child with a person of color. I mean, that doesn't necessarily strike to me as the behavior of, you know, what, you know, those woke guys are accusing him of. That, and he was one of the finest thespians of our time. I mean, The Searchers. Wow, great movie, wonderful movie. Probably, I can't believe I've waited this long to see it. But it probably the best Western of all time, by far.
おい。
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention, so it's like, played this before, you know, completed it. Now we're headed, to, what is it,
ねえね
we've got that puzzle ahead of us.
よ
The mechanics of which you only see once and never see ever again. So kind of like my father when he went to go out and get cigarettes. No, I don't give a crap about Bethesda. You fuckers had your chance and you blew it. Pardon my French.
えやっほー
ほ
よし
う。うん。
うん。はい。
おう行け
あ
ん
おう
Enjoy it while this lasts, because this will be the last time in the game that you'll ever see something like this. No, first and only, should I say.
Yes.
Oh god, the Chipotle's really hitting me now. Holy mackerel. This reminds me of a kind of a Final Fantasy, what is it? Final Fantasy 13-2, where you had to do something very, very similar to this. Of course, this is actually a game that was worth playing. This is actually a game worth playing. As you may have noticed, I'm kind of, oh, okay, so we had to turn it twice. About time, let's move on so I can get out of this nightmare.
Yes.
The thing I like, the reason I prefer this over something like Dragon Quest is here, the protagonist actually speaks, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't get all these customize your own adventure thing. What's the point of having a protagonist that you select, that you can't even customize if he doesn't even speak? You know, a set protagonist, if he doesn't even speak, you know, you don't hear his thoughts, his or her interactions. I mean, what's the point? I never got that. Hopefully they change it up for the next Dragon Quest. Alright. Okay, so he's got to be turning that way. Okay, so you gotta turn them to so that they're both facing each other.
Yes.
Oh, come on! Damn. Okay. So twice. So he's got to be facing that. Ah, all right. All right. Yeah. Yep. Easy peasy. Oh. All right. Okay, so she's got to be facing that way. Ah, sigh. Ooh. Yes. Like I said, enjoy this part of the game while you can, because you'll never see it. It's the first and only time you'll ever see something like it. Which is not to disparage the rest of the game, but you just wonder why they include something like this when they know only to never have it ever again. About bloody time.
Yes.
Alright, give me a minute here. Oh, wait, no, we can't adjust weapons and magic yet. But first, you must answer me these questions 3. Question the first. Oh, no, 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 we don't want that. Well, he does use a sword, so it makes sense. Go, little dudes! Oh, that's cool. The characters still gain XP even though they're not in the active party.
Evan!
エヴァン・ドリス・ファン・ニャンダール、汝の知恵と勇気、確かに見せてもらったぞ。
ポンゴ。
あれ？
守護神はどこ？おい、ここやここ。
おい。
おい。せや。ね
Hmm.
おーい。
うん
所長。おい。よっしゃ。ほらほら。まあ上出来やな。わいも行くで。
Excuse me. It's kind of a toss-up on the voices between the dub and the sub. I mean, I thought the dubbed version's voice for the Kingmaker thingy was kind of a little kind of funnier.
んと。
For Lofty, I mean.
せやな。
よし。
ないな。ええぞええぞ。
Oh boy, that Chipotle's starting to really hit me now. I can hack it though. Don't know. I don't know if my pants will though. My britches will.
Oh.
おい。
Yarr!
その日エヴァンの試練達成を祝い空賊たちは夜通し盛大な宴を行った
With all sorts of wild
空
orgies.
賊たちはエヴァンと打ち解けエヴァンが良き王になるよう
Befitting of a
誰もが
victorious war party.
そしてああ
What I like about this game, though, is that, you know, but in all seriousness, that, you know, it's kind of has like an innocence about it, despite, you know, having some moments sometimes where it does get heavy, you know, particularly, you know, Evan losing his father, you know, losing all his family pretty much, and all that, but it's moments like these that still evoke a sense of wonder, you know, a sense of innocence, but more a sense of wonder, you know. There are moments in this game that are really grand. Really grand. Particularly the visuals, the aesthetic, and the story.
ガットーと彼が率いる空賊たちはエヴァンの国の国民として加わることとなった。これが二の国の王になるというエヴァンの長く険しい道の第一歩となるのである。
And for Evan, you know, who in many ways is, you know, the focus of the story, you know, he does a lot of growing up throughout the story. I mean, to be fair, you know, he still remains the same age range. But he does a lot of growing up as far as, you know, personally, you know, and professionally. Eventually becoming the king he was intended from the very beginning to be. But... And there's also that sense of wonder of this grand world that's been built. And crafted, I'd say, rather marvelously. I mean, you know, from the Sky Pirates base to Evermore, Ding Dong Dell, Broadleaf, and all the various views throughout the city. Throughout the entire world. But there's also this nice sense of innocence. Some cynical folks might say a sense of naivety. But nevertheless, you know, it's a nice, you know, gesture that, you know, he's bringing together all these disparate groups, these various races, you know, groups, species, well, whatever. I'm not a scientist or whatever. You know, together, you know, to create a harmonious society.
それでも僕は進むって決めたんだ。
それでこそ王だ。これからいろんな人と出会うだろうけど。
It's a nice nice ideal.
全部受け止めれば、その分君は強くなれる。
The older you get, the more you realize, hey,
やってみるよ。
you know, as far that's something that'd be really a really nice thing to have.
でも多分間違ってない。信頼できる人から教えてもらったことだからね。
A harmonious, equitable society.
それじゃあまたね、エヴァン。
Like I said, there's some wyverns that might have a problem with that. Not mistaken, that's 3 achievements down. And about 60 left to go. Oh, yep, that's army life for you.
さね
That'd be the practical thing to do. I believe that's how Genghis Khan started the Mongol Empire. Well, actually, you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. I mean, historically, I mean, the United States, or well, initially the 13 colonies, you know, had to basically play off all these empires against each other, whether that was the British, the Spanish, or the French, even at one point the Russians, and you know, playing them all off against each other. And here's what most people don't realize, you know, between all this Andrew Jackson bashing. If it wasn't for him and his heroics at the Battle of New Orleans, there's a good chance we don't even settle the western half of the country. Okay, there's a good chance that we're the east, you know, everywhere from that Louisiana boundary on is all we've got. You know, his victory over there, over the British, pretty much said to every empire, hey, this land is off limits. It belongs to us. And if you try to make your way in, make your way into the country, you're gonna pay for it. You know what I mean? If you try to take over. Nevertheless, before that, you know, but even before that, you know, I think there was a lot of delicate fine line walking. You know, a mix of diplomacy, gunboat diplomacy, and diplomacy at the tip of the sword. So, and a lot of luck too. A lot of luck. Some might say even providence. It's amazing. It's amazing how, you know, history works. You know, how history unfolds. Very, very, very. I'd say it was my passion. I mean, that's what I majored in back in college. But you know, it's not what I do. It's not. I've never done it ever. You know, professionally. You know, it's more like a hobby nowadays. I mean, I work in IT. I mean, I've done that ever since I was in the Army. And I'm out now, thank God. And no, before you ask, no, I mean, should they ask to try to get me back in somehow, I'll just tell them to go bite me. Damn. I haven't even been paying attention to the story.
Oi.
あら
Oh. Ah.
よし
If I'm not mistaken, there were some treasure chests back here that we never quite, you know, got off to getting. We might go and head out and get those now. Oh, you can only have 4 party members and at a time. Okay, then I must have mistaken this game for Dragon Quest and Yakuza. How you could do that, I don't know, but you know, it's been a long day. Okay, so, but you know, IT. I've had to make that my passion ever since I was pretty much reclassed into it. I mean, initially I actually wanted to do Intel, but I failed out of that. And next thing you know, I was headed off to Gordon. The less said about which, the better. But you know, it kind of led me down that path of IT. And you know, pretty much, you know, you gotta make it your passion, if nothing else, to kind of get ahead, you know what I mean? I mean, prospective employers want to see that you're working on your certs. They want to see that, you know, you're looking up the latest trends and technologies. Me, I work in information technology. I work in an operations center, you know, and we have to keep up, you know, with the latest trends, because at any time, what if there's a new variant of, what if there's a new method by which people, you know, bad threat actors out there are looking to compromise your system? And it's out there, but you didn't read about it. You know what I mean? I mean, you gotta keep up to date with the latest things that are happening. Particularly more so now with what's happening with what happened with the whole hack over there. With the ransomware. With the Colonial hack. You can see wonderful view here, you know, wonderful visuals. I mean, and as I mentioned before, you know, there was that sense of wonder in this game, you know. The older you get, the less sense of wonder you... the less you have, you know what I mean? I mean, last year, I mean, I went to Rome for the first and only time before... my first and only time, and this is around December 2019, when I'm quite sure, from what I've read, COVID was flying around, but nobody knew what to make of it yet. Nobody knew, except for many of these sites, ironically enough, like InfoWars and Zero Hedge were sounding the alarm, and all the conspiracy sites. But nobody really thought it was a thing yet. But then anyway, I digress. You know, that was, you know, you go to the Vatican. The first time it was amazing, but then after that it's like, you know, yeah, I've seen this before, you know. You lose your sense of wonder. You know, after a while it's just, yeah, just, no, wow, just another building. So I don't know, it kind of probably decreases with age and, you know, with the life experience. Likely even more so with negative life experience. What the hell are we doing? I think we were coming back to... Yeah, I think we kind of lost our way around here. We probably have to run back again. See, that's what happens when you don't pay attention. Don't mind us, just passing through. Yep, I think we'll have to run back. You know, in all my playthroughs, actually, I never really found a use for Batu. I mean, I kind of preferred the configuration we have now. I don't think I even used, what's his name, Leander? Whatever his name was, you know, the one dude with the glasses you get after you visit the... I did use Bracken several times, though. Yep, Bracken for that hot hammer action. Alright, this time I think we'll pay, oh, it's still out there, but you know, I think we'll probably call a halt to tonight's festivities. I think we got some good gaming in. We got some good gaming in, that's for sure. Tomorrow it's off to, I think Evermore, starting to build the Empire there, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Goldpaw. Now, was I dreaming, or weren't there treasure chests back here? Memory serves, there were... I don't know, you know what? We'll figure that out tomorrow. And, but, you know, before we do, looks like it's time for this freight train to disembark. This has been another wonderful live stream. And I bid you all good night. And good luck. Till next time. Till next time, folks.